This is a matchup that feels like it could go either way, and that's what makes it so exciting. Oklahoma City just came off a series where their defensive execution shined, limiting one of the most dangerous offenses in the league. Now, they'll be tested by a team that's not only elite defensively, but also more physical and athletic across the board than anyone they've faced so far. Minnesota, on the other hand, is walking into this series with momentum and confidence. They've been here before. This is their second straight trip to the conference finals, and this time they come in with a deeper roster, better chemistry, and arguably the best defense in the league. From the very beginning of this matchup, the biggest question becomes, can the Thunder's versatility and ball movement break through Minnesota's wall of defensive length and discipline? One of the main focuses will be how the Wolves defend Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shai has been unstoppable all postseason long, getting to his spots, controlling pace, and creating looks for others. But this is going to be the toughest defense he's had to face. The Wolves are likely going to take a page out of Denver's book, clog the lane shade, extra help his way, and trust Jaden McDaniels to make every drive difficult. Unlike Denver, though, Minnesota's rim protection is even more imposing. Rudy Gobert sits in the middle, and that changes everything. He won't just contest, he deters. That means Shai may need to rely more on mid-range pull-up floaters and crafty passing to keep the offense flowing. That puts added pressure on OKC's spot-up shooters. Guys like Lou Dort, Cason Wallace, and Aaron Wiggins can't afford to go cold in this series. If they're not hitting, Gobert gets to plant himself in the paint without fear, and that's the death of any half-court offense. If Dort struggles early, expect to see a quick switch to Isaiah Joe or even more minutes for Wiggins. And if the shooting still doesn't click, then the Thunder will likely lean into creative ways to get Gobert out of the paint, using their guards and wings as screeners, flipping actions, and forcing switches to neutralize Rudy's impact. On the flip side, Minnesota's offense has a completely different challenge. In the first two rounds, they are able to target weak defenders on the perimeter and force switches for Anthony Edwards to exploit. That won't be as easy here. The Thunder's wing defenders Dort, Wallace, J-Dub, even Caruso off the bench, they're all strong, smart, and disciplined. You can't just hunt for a mismatch and expect an easy bucket. That means Ant will need to be even more surgical, picking his moments, attacking off the catch, and forcing help before swinging it out to shooters. If there's one place the Wolves might have a consistent edge, it's with Julius Randle. He's been a wrecking ball all postseason, creating pressure off the dribble, finishing strong, and punishing defenses that help too aggressively. OKC doesn't have a perfect matchup for him. If they single cover him, he's strong enough to power through. If they double, he's shown he can pass out to the corners and hit cutters. And if he draws help, that opens up Minnesota's shooters. Expect Randle to be a major focal point in every half-court set. But OKC's not going to back down. Their defense is built on communication, anticipation, and overwhelming energy. They swarm, rotate, and close out, as well as any team in basketball. The question is whether they can handle Minnesota's size and physicality for a full series. Ant, Randle, Gobert, even Jaden McDaniels and Naz Reid, they all play with force. That's going to test OKC's smaller guards and stretch bigs. If Minnesota can dominate the glass, impose their will in the paint, and speed up the game, in transition, that might just tip the balance in their favor. But here's the twist: the Thunder are built to make you uncomfortable. They can win ugly. Their half-court offense might stall, but their defense can turn stops into momentum. And if Shai catches fire, if J-Dub finds his rhythm, or if Giddy has one of those all-around impactful games, everything can shift. This is a team that doesn't need perfection on offense to win. They just need enough. And that brings us to one more critical point: pace. OKC thrives in chaos. Get out in transition, force turnovers, push the tempo, that's their game. Minnesota, they're much more methodical. But lately, they've started to push more. They're running off misses, looking for early offense, and it's working. They rank second in playoff transition efficiency, only behind OKC themselves. That could be the swing factor. Whichever team dictates the pace might control the series. So what does it all mean? It means we're in for a war. One team trying to crash the finals for the first time in over a decade. The other trying to turn potential into something real. The matchups are tight, the schemes will evolve,